What's up, everyone? This is your stream, Mr. Steven, and good afternoon, and welcome to the Steven Factor. Happy the first day of August, and excuse me, let me fix my spotlight here. A little bit of technical difficulties right now. My lamp is a little bit wobbly and needs to be fixed. So I hope you guys could see me better. Now, on today's show, WPIX already celebrated their 70 years of television, and it's been like 2 months ago, uh, which it all began. Now, I want to give a very special shout out to the Channel 11 team, the news reporters, the station as well too. And I also want to give a shout out to Jonathan Rios. And Jonathan Rios, I hope you go watch this episode live. And if not, in case you're really too busy, you can watch it on a rebroadcast as well too. So, anyways, WPIX celebrate on 70 years of outstanding television. And to be honest with you, I was a diehard fan of WPIX during my childhood years, including the outstanding reruns in the 90s, such as Doogie Howser MD, Growing Pains, Family Matters. What else? Happy Days. We have the Little House of the Prairie. I watch Highway to Heaven. That's on one of my favorite shows in my childhood. What else? Every late night we have Cheers and the Honeymooners. And yes, the Honeymooners become a cultural phenomenon back in the 50s and 60s, 70s, and 80s and 90s and today become one of the longest syndication in history, including the classic 39 shows. But back in the day, they using the lost episodes of the Honeymooners, which is also known as the Jackie Gleason show during in the year 1954 through 1957. And to be honest with you, this is one of my greatest shows for the whole time. Now, I like WPIX so much that they become one of outstanding stations of all time. They beat the ratings for the children's programming back in the days. Right now, or they have some shitty syndicated talk shows. But to me, one of my favorite talk shows that I really watch is Maury Show and Jerry Springer. And I watched Jerry Springer back in the 90s, but during the nowadays, I have no idea. I had to move on to watch The Price is Right because I know the Jerry Springer show is way too extreme, but right now, but I think that I heard that Jerry Springer shows is about to retire for over 20 years. And you know, Jerry Springer's only 70 something years old right now. So I think he's getting ready for the retire also, but we're not sure yet if he's going to retire or not. Now, you know, the shows of the WPIX they have some kind of reality shows, even crime series shows that I really don't want to watch. It's way too boring for me. And that I'm talking about is the Daily Mail TV and also Crime Watch Daily with Chris Hansen. And the most I really love Chris Hansen because I was a diehard fan of To Catch a Predator, to be honest with you. But also he did some segments of the Hansen versus Predator. But I don't know when he's gonna do it again on Crime Watch Daily at this time. All right, let's talk about my thoughts of the WPIX. Now, 3 years ago, I was trying to give a special video mail to WPIX, and to be honest with you, I told them that we definitely need to bring back our childhood memories back, like even cartoons or even some classic TV shows. That's what the viewers were really wanted. But look what happened. Like at least like 3 years later. No, 2 years later to be exact. Now, which is on 2017, which is on mid October, and I ran on my old Facebook account to see that the 11 are live. But before that, oh shit. Oh my God, it's my wonderful girlfriend, Selena. I'm trying to text her just a few more minutes, but anyways, I just find out that the WPIX has some kick-ass classics back then, and to be honest with you, I really enjoyed it. Um, and just want to let you know, um, I just it was on Friday that time, and I decided to check on the program guys, see what they have. I think it was almost close to my mother's birthday weekend, and when I look and see, um, there's a program guy. Um, there's a program guy. It's a program guy. Um, that I saw so many classic shows on Pix 11. And when I look, they say they have good. They bring back Good Times. They bring back Barney Miller, and guess what? For the first time ever, they put All in the Family. And I was like, hey, I think Pix 11 is up to something, right? Right, because WPIX decided to bring back the original roots that we grew up with, and to be honest, it was great. It was fantastic. I like the WPIX bring back so many childhood memories back in the days. And you know what? Everything is gotta be perfect, just the way it should be. And and for the past 70 years, WPIX decided to bring back some people so many childhood. Now during the nowadays, WPIX are sick of tired so many classics, and they decided discontinuing. Like they discontinuing the honeymoons a long time ago. Look what happened a few years later. They decided to bring it back, and also the WPIX news have some low ratings as well, and now they decide to bring it back on track of where it all began. And what about the Yankees baseball? Well, they already done it in the year 19 back in the year 1950 something, and they retired back in 98. But in the year 2015, they decided to revive the baseball game when the Yankees are really grew up with. And yes, the Yankees been started on Pix 11 a long time ago. And during the mid 90s, the New York Mets are on the rights of WPIX, so you could watch Yankees and the Mets, two games and one station on Pix 11. Seinfeld, yes, Seinfeld started on the syndicated program back in the 93, I think. And after that, they moving up to Fox 5 in the year in the 2001. Now, a few years later, Seinfeld decided to put back, coming back home to Pix 11, and Pix 11 had been started for a long time. But what about the Honeymooners? Now, the Honeymooners start on in the year from 1955 to 56, and a year later, WPIX carried the rights of the show and put some reruns there, and they have do it so many decades and decades to come. Now, since the Honeymooners become a phenomenal hit, what if they put some of the lost episodes of Honeymooners that they done it before? And at the same time, what else? What else I could do? Uh, at the same time, the WPIX decided to carry the standard definition. You can see all the rare films and scenes. You can see all the bubbles popping up on the film, old flicks. But during on the Honeymooners, if you have a high definition on a DVD, it was completely digitally remastered. And yes, they still doing that on every New Year's Eve. They have digitally remastered on the Honeymooners, but the original version of the Honeymooners, they still keep it as standard definition. Also, every Saturday nights they change the schedules, such as the Jeffersons right now, and the Good Times will be discontinued in case some viewers go watch some back-to-back episodes of Purchase of Interest. Since I really don't like that show so much, and to be honest with you, uh, and and yes, and I just realized that and to be And to be honest with you, everything is everything's been going great actually. And about WPIX so far. Yes. So yeah, sometimes they change the schedule over the weekend, and sometimes they bring back so many schedules right now. Um, I'm sorry, I was trying to text somebody. So so right now, yeah. Yeah. Sometimes they change the schedule. Also, they also they put some paid commercials, all kind of stuff too, that I really don't like. And even sometimes they put some baseball coverage there, so they could leave the classic shows behind too. And yes, and I just wish that the Pix 11 will bring back so many classic shows for years to come. So they're gonna definitely gonna bring back so many generations, and I hope they will keep continue that this generation, because Pix 11 loves that show. I mean, Pix 11 bring back so many classics. Although Pix 11 did a very good job at this point, but to be honest with you, Pix 11 is one of my home. I love my childhood. I just wish Pix 11 bring back some children's program, but since they don't want to bring back some children's program, everything is completely messed up. And I hope everything will definitely be okay at this point. Um, right now, I wish that Pix 11 did a very good job, and I also want to salute to Pix 11, to wish them a happy belated anniversary. You did a very good job, especially in the news coverage. You become one of the first news broadcasting of all time, the first high definition, including the first baseball replay back in the days. And I hope everything's trying the best for you, and especially all the viewers. And we can never do it without you. And I will still keep watching and continue watching of this Pix 11. And Pix 11 is one of my best stations as well too. And also happy belated anniversary to Chicago, WGN, the sister station to WPIX. And let me tell you something. You and Chicago are the best two states. And like I said, WPIX, they're New York's very own, and they got that similar slogan from Chicago, WGN. They used their first slogan called Chicago's very own, and they still use it until today. And that was 70 years ago. 70 years ago. So I hope everything's gonna be okay. Alright, I'm gonna wrap this thing up. Thank you so much for been watching this show. If you like this video, make sure you have to like and subscribe. I got over 106 subscribers left. Tune in next time. I'm going to review of DuckTales, the reboot version, and also I'm going to interview with Brittany White, and this is gonna be an outstanding interview that I really have so far at this time. So remember, all summer long, check me out on the Steven Factor. Gotta go. Todo para la familia. Peace.